Welcome on board, aviators!
Okay guys, quick question. What is aviation English?
Basically, it is English for aviation. Easy, right? I have to tell you, no, not really. Aviation English is not a regular English that we know. It's actually a specialized communication system, which is used by aviation professionals such as pilot and air traffic controller. It consists of standard phraseology and plain English. It ensures clarity and accuracy.
In aviation English, there is no misunderstanding. You got the difference, right?
Now let's talk about the core of aviation English. There are two key points: phraseology and plain English. Phraseology. Phraseology refers to standardized phrases that are internationally established. Why does it have to be this fixed? Because in fast-moving, high-stress situations, phraseology uses standard, pre-tested phrases for routine operations, so communication stays clear. So it's not about speaking freely. There's already a kind of script that guides it. It stays concise and unambiguous, especially between pilots and air traffic controllers. Because it's repetitive and trained, eventually, it becomes automatic. Pilots don't have time to think in long sentences or figure out what to say. Think of phraseology as language on autopilot. For example, request descent or request clearance. Now, what about plain English? It is used when the situation goes beyond standard procedures. Unlike phraseology, this is used in non-routine or emergency situations. It requires real English skills, and it helps pilots explain unexpected issues clearly. Because when something unusual happens, there's no exact script. Feel the difference? With phraseology, everything is fixed. But with plain English, you build your own message. For example, in an emergency, we have a problem and we'd like a priority landing. We have a violent passenger on board. Plain English is more flexible and natural. When did aviation personnel begin using English as their standard communication language?
Let's go way back, before modern technology. Back then, no ATC and no radio communication. Pilots were unable to communicate verbally with the ground and each other. That's why pilots used Morse code that consist of dots, dashes, signals. But the problem? It is too slow and easy to misinterpret. In high-risk situations, that's dangerous. Then came Q code. The British government in 1909 created Q code to codify radio communication. Q stands for query, and Q code consists of 3-letter code used both the sender and the receiver. It made communication shorter and more structured. But still, it is limited in meaning and not natural for real conversation. You can't explain complex situations with just codes. Then aviation evolved again. Between 2 world wars, most commercial pilots were ex-military personnel. The International Phonetic was implemented in 1956. The pilot used Alpha, Bravo, Charlie at this period. This system was designed to avoid confusion between letters, especially over noisy radio transmissions. Simple, but powerful. And then everything changed. Radio telephony became the game changer for air communication, using voice. This allowed pilots and controllers to actually speak to each other in real time. And at this point, the aviation world realized something critical. We need one universal language. Because aviation connects the whole world. Different countries, different accents, different backgrounds. So what did they choose? And that language is English. Standardized, regulated, and now used globally to keep aviation safe, clear, and efficient.
Now, do you think native English could automatically understand the aviation English?